Good afternoon, Yankee fans. How is everybody doing? Hope all is well. On a scorcher of a day, New York City is now approximately 101.5 degrees. Isn't that great? Unbelievable. We go from 30 to 50 to 100. You figure that one out. Anyway, uh, we're gonna forget about tomorrow night, last night, and we're gonna think about tonight. And to start us off, we have Ken from The Ugly Truth, who's going to be calling tonight's game, hopefully on the winning side. And Ken, good afternoon. And what can we say? Take it away.
Well, today we're going to be having our 1A star, Carlos Rodon, going against a new guy, Chase Burns, from the Cincinnati Reds. He is making his major league debut against us, and he was their number 2 draft pick last year. He's only got 66 innings in the minor leagues, but he's got some very, very nasty numbers. He is throwing a fastball that average velocity is upper range of 97 miles an hour, but he can clock it up to 103.
Oh, jeez.
Opponents down there on the farm, he advanced from A ball all the way to AAA in 1 year, which is unheard of. But apparently this kid's stuff is that good. Obviously, he's not going to be dialing up 103 the entire game because he'd only last maybe a couple of innings. However, something definitely be aware of.
Yeah, I agree with you. With the way things are going for the Yankees, it didn't matter if they were pitching. Tommy John was throwing at them; they wouldn't hit him. It's just that pathetic. It really is. You know, I was scrolling around a little bit this morning, a couple of outlets, and everybody's calling for a trade for Anthony Volpe. And you know, we were just talking about it right before we went on the air. What are you going to get for him, and who's gonna fill in? And you know darn well they're not going to bring Lombard up. He's not ready by a long shot.
No.
He may be their untouchable, but he's not ready, folks. So if that's what they want, then are you willing to go with Peraza every day? Or, you know, if we would have had Cabrera, it would have been a different story. But unfortunately, we all know that he's out for the year. And, you know, I guess at this point, you're stuck with Volpe, my friends. And we are hoping that he gives us. He's too inconsistent. He strikes out way too much. That's just not his game. And I'd like to choke the person that possibly just told him, oh, you know, swing for the fences or something like that. Because if you look at old films of Anthony Volpe, he had a sweet, beautiful swing. And now it's nothing but power, power, and power. And it shouldn't be. Okay?
Yeah, but when you're producing power at a near 200 clip, it's not worth it.
Right.
And I don't know how many times I've said it. And hey, Dev and Jake, welcome to the stream. Appreciate y'all being here. I don't know how many times I've said it, but Volpe is like a freaking situational hitting magnet. Every time he comes up to bat, I don't give a crap where he's at, whether he's hitting in the 9-hole, 7-hole, 5-hole. There are always runners ahead of this kid on base. And more times than not, he doesn't seem to produce anything. It's usually a strikeout or a pop out.
Jake says this kid tonight throws that hard, then Volpe won't even smell the pitch. And you know, baseball's funny though, guys. You know baseball. I mean, when the Yankees really have their backs against them, they somehow do something. So A question hasn't come up, but a lot, but is on my mind. The MVP right now. Um, I don't think it's hands down at all for Judge anymore. What do you think?
I mean, the only person that might give him a run right now is the catcher from Seattle in the American League, Cal Raleigh. But how long can Raleigh be a catcher and maintain the numbers that he's got? He's what, at 30 home runs right now?
32.
He's at 32. The all-time record for home runs for a catcher at the major leagues is 48.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a lot of season left, but squatting behind the plate and whatnot, that takes its toll on you.
I know, but right now come on, 32 homers, and we're not even at July 4th. I mean, that's an amazing feat.
It
He's
is.
in a ballpark that's not exactly balls go flying, especially to left field.
Yeah.
You got to give him a lot of credit. I mean, right now, to be honest with you, I think he's ahead of Judge for what he's done. For what he's done, in my opinion, he's ahead of Judge at this point. If maybe not head, but it's very tight. This isn't a slam dunk. If he keeps this up, if he hits 50 homers, but then again, MVP doesn't matter. That's not what the Yankees are here for. The Yankees are here to win world championships. So I don't care if it's MVP. It doesn't do anything. He already has MVPs. It doesn't matter to him. What he wants, what we want is what everybody wants. And that's another world championship. And, it's so sad to say, but are they strong enough right now? Absolutely not. We all know that. And, we were playfully playing this morning about, trades and everything. But the bottom line is really, Ken, what can you really do? That's really the question. And like you said it in the chat. All right, maybe they do have maybe a wiggle of what, maybe $9 million, if that much.
14 mil.
You think it's 14 million? So,
yep.
So they would go to what is it, 317?
Yeah, because you also have to look that regardless of what the fans feel like, we are going to bring Marcus Stroman up to the major leagues, and we're going to move that guy. We owe him.
Oh.
We owe him a little over nine mil, and I think it's not unreasonable to say that if he does anything when he comes up, we can move him by eating $4 million of his remaining contract and letting the other team take on $5 million, which is a more than fair split. So that would put us actually below the third level of the Cohen threshold. So it gives us wiggle room to play with.
Okay, but you are assuming that they could deal him, that somebody wants him. That's the problem.
Well, with all the pitching injuries, they need somebody who can eat innings. And for God's sakes, if anything, Stroman can eat innings when he's healthy.
True. That's true.
So he would roll into. He's probably not a postseason roster consideration, but he's somebody there to take up innings, especially on a team like the Dodgers where they're missing 4 of their 5 starters.
Yeah, the Dodgers, of course, will always be in the running. I think the team to watch really is the Detroit Tigers. I think the Tigers are going to make a big run for another big starting pitcher, and then they will be a very, very hard team to compete with in October.
The other thing that you have to look at, and I think the Tigers are actually somebody who would seriously consider Stroman. Look at Stroman's numbers there in Detroit. He has a 1 ERA, and he's pitched a fair amount of games in that ballpark. It's a hitter's ballpark, so he's not really having to worry about giving up the long ball there, or it's not a hitter's ballpark, so he's not having to worry about giving up the long ball. Uh, he plays the soft contact, and their defense is the Tigers' defense has actually been one of the better ones in the major leagues this year. Surprisingly, with freaking Gleyber Torres.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous, but I don't know. I'm baffled. This with what the Yankees are doing. I mean, they are so up and down. Now tonight, the lineup we're still trying to gauge. It is out. Here we go. You have Trent Grisham leading off in center field.
Why?
You have Ben Rice. You have Ben Rice DHing. Aaron Judge hitting third. Bellinger hitting fourth. Goldschmidt hitting fifth. Chaz Chisholm sixth. Anthony Volpe seventh. Austin Wells eighth. And Oswaldo Peraza ninth. That is your lineup. So no Stanton, which kind of makes sense against this powerful right-handed pitcher. Because I mean, if he's going to be swinging and striking out like that, and here we go again. I mean, now they put Trent Grisham back in there for what? What is he going to do against this guy?
Honestly, Joe, the Yankees are their own worst freaking enemy.
Yep.
We heard the narrative, Jake and I were talking about this via chat earlier, that it's a good problem to have Stanton and LeMahieu coming back. Well, to me, what it's caused is an imbalance in the roster. We don't have a lineup that shows up every day consistently. Players don't know when they're playing. They're not getting steady at bats. And I think that's contributing directly to our crap situational hitting. Ben Rice, he's one of the kids that's hitting the ball the hardest in the major leagues. I think he's in the top 10 for exit velocity coming off his bat. But we're playing this guy, 3 times a week? Maybe 4?
Yeah. How
does he get consistent at bats and stay on track? He can't. Not doing that. Paul G. He's flopping with Rice. He's not getting consistent at bats. And right now for this month, I think he's hitting 154. The only people that he's hitting is left-handers. If he sees a right-hander, he can't breathe a hit.
Yeah. Or he hits these bloopers that may find a hole.
But you're looking at Jazz Chisholm. Once again, Yankees freaking displaced him. He was doing spectacular at second. We bring DJ up. DJ is nothing more than a bench player. He is not supposed to be our everyday second baseman. I don't care. Put Jazz back at second. Leave him there. We ain't getting any production out of third or second base from DJ anyhow. So I don't care if Peraza sits at third. The guy is at least a glove. He feels and he's not going to present a problem. Get the lineup more stable, and something that we need to locate at the trade deadline has got to be a real leadoff hitter, because we don't have one. And this has been a problem that we've known for
a long time.
2.5, maybe 3 years that we haven't had a real leadoff hitter. And we do this piecemeal thing. Wells, they had Wells in as leadoff hitter. He hits a home run, does well his one leadoff game, never up there again.
We have a trade proposal. What do you think about this? Pereira and Beta for McLean.
They wouldn't go for it. First of all, if you watch last night's game, their outfield is solid. so they don't need an outfielder, and certainly not one that hasn't got legs on it. Beater's got some nasty stuff. He is a high velocity strikeout pitcher, but if you followed his trend down in the minor leagues, he walks a ton of people. He hasn't got control. He's one of those guys that comes out there firing, but like Ian Hamilton, can't seem to find the damn strike zone when it counts.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I really, I don't know, and I think yeah, he's also saying, and Peraza. No,
they may actually bite on Peraza because as much as the Reds like it, Ellie is a horrible shortstop. He's got 12 errors at short this season. He should have had 13 last night, but the scorekeeper didn't credit him with an error that he truly deserved.
Uh-huh.
And he leads the major leagues in errors for shortstops. Yassine, are you talking about the trade that was proposed with us sending Jason Dominguez to Minnesota? I can't remember what the other component was on that trade.
Yeah, I still wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't do that.
Actually, I would consider it.
Willie Castro?
Third base option, but more important is Duran. Duran is a nasty closer, and he's got years of controllability. If you look at our team, we have Luke Weaver and Devin Williams coming up in free agency. We may be able to retain one. We won't be able to retain both.
99 says I'd really like Dominguez to give up the switch hitting and just stick to the lefty batter. You're right. I mean, he really at this point, maybe he should give it up, Ken.
Well, if you look at his splits, I'll tell you, in my personal opinion, to stabilize the lineup, I think Dominguez needs to be out there every day. He needs to be in the field.
That's what I say.
If you look at last night's game, he had 4 hard hit shots that he had to take solid routes to get the putouts, and he did everything that he needed to. Plus, he threw home that prevented a runner from actually scoring. So his arm is good, at least a yellow zone arm, if not red. He's taken better routes. His offense, he is popping, I think, 275 versus right-handed pitchers, and when he switches to left, he's hitting like 160.
Okay.
Can't stop it. Grisham is 10 times better defender, and if he is hitting, he will continue to play. Yeah, all right, that's fantastic. But you have to look. Are we going to retain Trent Grisham in the offseason? Don't see it happen. So if you want to solidify your outfield, because everybody wants Spencer Jones up, and Spencer Jones is looking like that he will be up with the Yankees possibly next season.
It could even be this season now. Could even be this season.
He's still in Double-A.
Wasn't he transferred to Triple-A just yesterday, or was that talk just a talking point?
I didn't see anything about him being transferred, but he might have been.
Yeah, I think he was. We were concentrating on a few other things. If anybody in the chat would verify that, does anybody know? Is Spencer Jones still with Double-A, or did he go to Triple-A? While we wait for that, I did want to mention to everyone on Tuesday, July 1st, at the 4 o'clock pregame hour, everyone. We're going to have with us live fielding questions former New York Yankee outfielder uh, Billy Sample. Billy Sample played with the Yankees in 1985. He mostly was known for the outfielder for the Texas Rangers. He was a pretty solid outfielder, a very nice right-handed bat, and he played for the Yankees one year, the year that Yogi Berra was fired after 16 games. They were like, they weren't a very good team. He was fired, and then you guessed it, Billy Martin took over again. So we have a lot to talk about with Billy. His one year. He also has a book out on his about a year being with the New York Yankees and then some. And so that's going to be. I'm really looking forward to that, guys. So remember, next Wednesday, July 2nd, Billy Sample, who played for the Yankees in 1985, will come up, field some questions. I met him a few times. He was at a card show that I was throwing in Brooklyn, and he's an incredibly nice guy and a pretty good ball player. So we're going to discuss his one year with the Yankees, what it was like to put on the pinstripes, and if he's still anywhere involved with the Yankees or anything in baseball at this point. So looking forward to it. I did put out a little something on that, so you could see that on NY Yankee Mania. So that's next Wednesday, everyone. So we are looking forward. Another former Yankee coming on and spending some time with us and with you in the chat. So Ken, again, going around for tonight, I got a strong feeling that he's going to handle Judge very well tonight. If he's got this stuff, I could just see it. Their game plan is to throw the ball low and inside, and he's just going to go after it. He's not going to have patience. I could see it right now. Just as we're talking, him having no patience with this guy. And that's one of the reasons why I believe Stanton's not in there, because you would have like 6 strikeouts right there. And I don't know. It's just weird. Every day we talk until we're blue in the face. There's no steadiness. There's no cohesiveness with this team. I just don't understand where we go from here. And the major part of this is that they're in first place. That is a miracle in itself. Just goes to show you the rest of the league, the rest of the American League East is American League least, because Yankees nowhere near a good first place team. We all have to admit that at this point. 99 says Jones wasn't promoted. Okay, then it's probably just rumors going around. But I'm pretty sure he will. He is on fire. I think the last 9 games he's batting .450. He has like 3-4 homers. He's doing very well. He's very close. He's very close to. But I could see him up. Probably not going to do much. He's going to look at the bench and see what it's like to be a major leaguer every day. But they do this all the time. They did it to Dominguez. They did it to other people, and they bring him up, play him. If he's on the bench, if he's good enough to be on the bench, he's good enough to play. And he's sick and tired of these rookie guys coming up. You say, oh, we're going to bring somebody up, but they're not going to play him. So why is Dominguez up here? To be a part-time player? He can get a lot of at-bats in AAA, for that matter. But he can't contribute for AAA. He had nothing else to prove. He's got something to prove here, but they're not giving him a chance. Yeah, Jonathan, we did give out the lineup already. Grisham, we already talked about Grisham being in the leadoff spot, which Ken and I agree we don't agree with, but That's what they're doing. That's what the analysts say. Let's play him today. 99. Watch Grissom go 2 for 4 today with a home run. Listen, nothing surprises me in this game. Nothing at all. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just very, very weird. I never expected them to play to be this way. I don't know. I just can't understand it. I really don't. Getting on to Rendon, what do you see from him? You think this is a decent park for him to pitch? Do you think it's a small park for him? Do you think they're going to go nuts on him? How do you feel he's going to pitch here?
I mean, he's got history there. As a Giant, he pitched at Great American Ballpark. I looked at his numbers. His numbers aren't bad in the stadium.
Okay.
The thing with regard to this team is their speed. They are a team that can get and go in a heartbeat. There are at least 4 players on that have triples potential completely through the board.
Mm-hmm. They're a good young team, and they got a great manager.
And I'll tell you what, with Austin Wells behind the dish, I would not be surprised at all to see a track meet occur.
Yeah, but at least he's a lefty. He's he'll look them back at first, but sometimes it doesn't matter because, like you said, Wells can't throw anybody out of a paper bag.
I'm talking about Wells itself. I don't care.
Whatever.
Yeah, interesting comment there, 99. I've been talking for 2 years that Wells is not the future everyday catcher, but everyone tells me I'm full of crap. I think that we traded away better catchers than Wells.
Yep.
And in every opportunity, those catchers like to kick us right in the ding-ding and show us that it was a mistake to trade them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. I'm honestly, I'm very disappointed with Wells. Very, very disappointed with Wells. I expected a little bit more. He looks great when he homers. He looks good when he's swinging a level bat, but there's too much swinging and missing. And of course, he's just that off the plate to throw a runner out, and that hurts. Yashin has a question. Do you think the Yankees should send Volpe and Wells back to the minors? You tackle that first, Ken?
Would I have any heartburn about either of them being in the minors? No. Is it going to happen? No.
So it's no and no. It's a no-brainer. Would you replace him and let him be a steady shortstop, IKF?
No, because IKF isn't a shortstop. He's either a second baseman or a third baseman. With the Rangers,
I am getting some news here. Actually, it's from CT Cards. And CT, why don't you come and join us and tell us this news? This is official. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to say it, but if you're more than welcome to come on the stream now if you like. Spencer Jones has been promoted. He is in AAA. Here he comes. That was fast. Let's bring him up. You broke it. You tell it. You broke it, my man. You go ahead.
No, it's Spencer Jones has been promoted to AAA Scranton Wilkesboro by New York Yankees. He's playing his last game in Somerset tonight.
Ah, great. Thank you for breaking that, my man.
I'm looking right up the article.
Welcome to the stream. How you
doing? Ken. Hey, Joe. How you guys doing? Sorry I'm late, Joe.
No, that's excellent. That's very, very good news. What do you think about that, Ken?
Well, he's not going to get ready for the major sitting at Double-A Somerset. So
Right.
it was
It's-
eventually going to happen.
It's amazing that new batting stance. We know he's a great outfielder. I mean, to me he looks like Cody Bellinger all the way.
Yeah.
When he's out there, they look exactly the same. They have the same build. They have the same everything.
I was actually looking at a couple of clips of him stealing. That guy is freaking fast.
Oh, he is. You're right.
Thank you for mentioning that, Ken. I was about to say that. He's fast. That guy's fast.
something. Bellinger's no slouch either.
No.
Bellinger can get down that, and that's what I love about Dominguez. Could you imagine if he was able, to do what he needs to do? This guy flies. I mean, their shortstop last night had all kinds of trouble to throw him out at first base. He can fly. I mean, they got it. The Yankees have to utilize that speed somehow. And maybe he should bunt more from the right side. I don't know. But he's got to get on. You can't steal first base. That's the problem. You can't. So, I mean, really, I don't know. And again, we were just talking, Ken and I, about the lineup. What do you think about this lineup?
I'm once again we got. This is how I feel is that we don't have Jason Dominguez playing today, but I think he's our guy to put up as our leadoff. But you need to give him more than a game. You need to give him a couple games. Give him a week as a leadoff. Let's see what happens. But we'll put him up, here, and the moving around, just as you mentioned, Joe. I don't understand why we're supposed to get any consistency with that, but I understand where Ken comes from with this. So I understand both of your sides. But just me personally, I would rather that we had Jason Dominguez trying out for our leadoff for about a week or so, and let's see what happens.
He's supposed to be a great. Ken, will you agree with this? He's supposed to be a great fastball hitter. How are we supposed to find out how he's going to hit these pitches that he will eventually see again if he doesn't get in the lineup? Why do you have to play Grissom? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Let's see what the kid's got. If he doesn't have it, then send him down. It boggles my mind. It like makes your blood boil. What is this guy doing up if they're not going to put him? This is a perfect guy. You want to see what this guy's going to do against somebody who throws 97, 98, 150. It doesn't matter. But we're not seeing that. You're going to see Grissom take these ridiculous swings, and he's going to go 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Now watch, he hits 3 home runs.
Yeah, watch. Yes. Now that you said that, Joe, he's going to be. He'll go off tonight.
You know what?
Really silly.
I said it the other day. I think that Grissom has cat blood because every time he's on the hit hook to get dropped into the drink, he does something like hits a home run that puts you in the game, or has a couple of base hits that drive in runs, and his 9 lives kick in, and he's back on track.
Ken, you're so right. You're so right.
Sean Browning goes, this is pretty cool. Let's see. Send them out in plain gray uniforms.
No numbers, no nothing.
No, nothing. Just send them out. We don't even want to know who it is. I mean, we are the only team that you basically know 2 people that are going to be in a lineup. And this is supposed to be a World Series team.
So, Max, he has an 822 OPS right now.
Okay.
If you look at his trends for the month of March, his batting average was 400. Then he dropped to 284 for the April. May, he's hitting 225. In June, he's hitting 219. If you look at his slug, it's a steady. His slug is a 344. So he's got a great glove, but I ain't buying off on the whole in the lineup every day because of a great glove.
Yeah, exactly. And again, don't you guys want to see what Dominguez can do against supposedly elite pitchers?
I mean,
At
the,
least
the
we know
Yankee
what we
fan the Yankee fan base has been crying for years. Bring up the young guys, play the young guys. Well, we bring them up. The only young guy who's got steady playing time is Anthony Volpe. We haven't given Dominguez half the opportunity that Volpe had.
I agree with Ken 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you sit here, you rant and you rave. For what?
I'm not saying that Dominguez or Grisham is a bad player, because he's not. He's certainly a plus defender in the field, but his hitting stats, he's just not that guy. He is playing to the back of his baseball card, and you're seeing it come to fruition. He's going to be between a 220 and a 240 hitter. That's just Grisham. Is there anything wrong with it? No. But when you're looking at trying to drive runs in and leaving more runners on base than a freaking small village, you need something to change.
A small village. I love it.
We left 12 runners on base, and we had 12 strikeouts last night.
13.
Oh, it was 13? Excuse me, I missed one. I was probably so pissed calling the play-by-play that I didn't catch on to that one.
Well, the first time I actually heard your singing voice last night, you were great last night. Well, you're always good, but you were exceptional last night. You were going at it, man. You were Phil Rizzuto crazy yesterday. But that you know what? The Yankees deserved that. The way they were playing, it's the only way you could stay awake. I find myself falling asleep on Yankee games. And that's never happened.
We left 9 runners on base. Our runners in the scoring position was 0 for 12 last night. That's a really good stat to have against the Cincinnati Reds.
Ken, Max is getting has another thing for you. Ken, the last 7 games, Grish has a .571 slugging. How can you bench him right now?
I guess analytics say that he's not getting benched. And when we don't produce once again, how many? I know you call play-by-plays. How many games have you seen the Yankees have runners at first and third or second and third with 1 out or less and not push a run across?
Right.
We end up with strikeout, pop out, or strikeout, ground out, pop out.
Well, I got a question for Max. Hey, Max, how you doing? Welcome again to the stream. Thank you. So, Max, what I was saying before, all right, forget about Grissom, forget about it. Don't you want to see what Dominguez can honestly do? You know that Grissom 99.9 is not going to be a Yankee next year. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. They're not going to sign him to a multi-year deal with all these young outfielders that the Yankees have. So that's not happening. They got him at a decent $5 million price. That's it. But especially a right-handed pitcher, and that's the side where Dominguez is going to make us money, is going to make him money and Yankee fans happy. Don't you want to see that on a constant basis? To see, we know what Grissom's going to do. So you bring him into the 7th inning if you want to see him.
Hey, Max, question for you. Are you at home?
Yeah, if you'd like to come on, you're more than welcome.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. Come on up and keep the conversation going.
Anyone have his number so we can send him a link?
I don't. Maybe.
I have him in Discord and.
Well, he's being quiet. Well, Max, either which way, we'd love to. Oh, here he comes.
He's in the car listening to the show.
Okay. All right. But if you can, if you want to join us, I've always extended the invitation to you, Max. We'd love to see you come on. We love what you do. You're a great guy, and you definitely know what you're talking about, and that's what it's all about. And I'd love to hear what you have to say face to face. That would be great. Whenever you can, please get in touch with us, and we'll work it out. But still, if you want to do it by your car, I have no problem with that. We've had guests in the car riding back and forth, so it's no problem, including Ken, including Nipton.
Yeah, Nipton, I was about to say.
Yeah, so we would enjoy that, but we don't want to, if you're driving, that's the most important. But look, we can do this to a yellow in the face, pink in the face. It doesn't do anything. And then what do? You bring up Dominguez as a pinch hitter. 9 times out of 10, what is he going to do? Nothing. You've got to put him in there and leave him there. Done it? I don't get it. Answer me this, guys. Answer me this. Are we the only team that has a couple of extra players that should be playing every day? I don't think so. I know the Dodgers have a lot of guys, and they somehow have the same lineup all the time. They mix and match the right way. They'll take somebody out in the 7th inning and put in that replacement. But they're consistent. The Yankees are not consistent. They are so lucky. They lucky stars that they're 2 games up in their division.
Now, the interesting thing tonight is that Burns, starting pitcher for the Reds, none of our Yankee bats have ever hit against him. So this ought to be interesting.
He's making his major league debut. How the hell is the Yankee bats going to hit against him?
Yep. Thank you, Ken. Yeah. Just a few people were asking me what his stats were against our Yankee batters, and I'm like, no, this is the first time he's facing the Yanks, and just as Ken said, it's his Yankee debut or his MLB debut. So.
He has 66 minor league innings. He has a 1.77 ERA. So he's not facing major league caliber hitters either. He's got 4 pitches. He throws a fastball that is steady at 97, tops out at 103. He has a slider, a curveball, and a sinker.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like to me the man could pitch, but baseball. I mean, how many times? Oh, Yankees aren't going to hit this guy tonight. Blah, 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 blah. And in the meantime, they get 7 runs and they win the game. Max says, I agree with you all about Dominguez. I want him in the lineup too every day, especially against right-handed pitchers. I was just backing the Gris was all. No, we understand that, Max. All I'm saying is, and you know this better than with all of us. You want the best team out there for the New York Yankees. We all do, and I don't think that this is the best thing, because you got to look towards. You got to see what you have in Dominguez. If you can't count on him, then trade him or bring him back down to AAA. But this way, you're sitting the guy, you're babying the guy on the bench when he should be in there against a pitcher that eventually he's going to face anyway.
I agree.
Hey, Merck, how you doing? Welcome back to the Scream. I have that's right. There's a lot of people in the city that have no power. That is another hard thing about power. And I'm not talking about baseball power, the electric power. All they do is cry about, we got to raise this, we got to raise that, we got to do this, we got to do that. And then when it comes to when it comes to that they can make money, they don't want you to put the air condition on. Where is the logic to this? And why, with all the power and all the brains of everybody, why can't they figure out a stronger way to work power in New York City? It's so stupid. I mean, I get 8 phone calls a day, guys. 8 phone calls from Con Edison. The big Con Edison, one of the biggest ripoffs there are. and they, please don't put the air condition on from 2 to 5. First of all, who the heck are you to, keep bothering me in the morning, in the afternoon, and all these nice people, over 9 million people in New York City, and tell us what to do? Mm-hmm. Then you know what? We're going to tell you we're not going to pay the bill. How's that? What are you going to do? Close the electric? Go ahead. Yeah, P.S. They're all, Mark, they're all bullcrap. They really are. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Literally, I just called Con Edison right before the show. I said, stop, man. I want to sleep. And I need my phone open because I do business with it. But 8 times in 2 days, no joke, CT, I got 13 phone calls. And some power in what, Staten Island and Long Island, they're all out.
Max Governor just saying, clip this, Joe. Let them know.
I did. I called them, Max. You didn't hear me. I said I called them. Enough is enough.
Go
ahead, Ken.
That's why God made solar panels and backup generators.
The only thing with solar panels, guys, if you do it right in the back of the house and it's done correctly, it's beautiful. To me, it takes, and I've spoken to a lot of real estate agents, if you do it in the front and it's really seen, it takes away the value of some of the house. No question about it.
It just so happens that I have 14 panels on the back of my house. That's good. Those 14 panels have been active for 10 months. For those 10 months, I've received 1 electric bill because they're powering my house. And I'm actually supposed to be getting a check from Dominion Power, the Communist Wealth of Dominion Power, on the excess energy that I'm selling back to them.
Awesome. No, but I'm agreeing with you. I like it in the back of the house.
And that was a constantly in the summertime $250 to $300 bill a month to nothing.
Yeah, no, listen, if you do it the way you did it, and I know a lot of people are going that way, that's how you save money. But you put it in the front of the house, it's just, oh, look at that house. And then you look and you see all these things on the top. Like, what the heck? But if you put it in the back, and I've seen beautiful houses do this in the back, it's awesome. But don't a billion-dollar company begging us to keep the air condition off. Maybe lower, higher your refrigerator. I mean, are you kidding me? Yeah, I love that hat. Yeah, Dev. I finally see a face to the man. Good guy. Listen, it's good to talk about anything other than depressing Yankee news every now and then. Yeah. It's a lot easier if the Yankees win, and it makes Ken's job easier when he's doing the play-by-play, because it's horrible.
It means that I don't have to serenade Nathan with "You're Too Sexy for Your Body." People don't have to listen to that song. You don't have to see my dance moves.
Oh, I hate that dance move. Please don't do it. I hate that. I hate that move with a passion. Yeah, I'm telling you, Ken, you're treading water, my friend.
Hey, you know what? When I worked in the special boat units for the Navy,
Yeah.
we used to take a every other day 3-mile swim. So if you dump me in the drink, I'm not drowning.
Oh my God.
And I also was a search and rescue swimmer for 8 years, so I know how to tread water for a freaking shitload of time.
I'd love to take that hat off, put a big liquid stuff in it, and then put it on your head. No, actually, I'd like to beat 8 eggs and then put it in your head. You'll probably love that. Don't
Yo,
dance
Adrian!
Like Yo, Adrian! Rocky! Where are you? But, listen, we make fun and all of that, and that's cool. And that, that's what we should do. Everyday Mets, welcome. What is happening to your team?
Stephen B has got it right. Stephen B has got it right online.
Leave the temperature where you want it and keep it there. Don't keep messing with it.
You say it right.
He's right.
Right. You're absolutely right. And I just think it's hogwash for a billion-dollar company to beg you, oh, please. And if you go outside, even to go buy milk, close the air condition. Or you're going to tell us how to live?
The one that I feel sorry for is Stephen B. He's going to all those houses that are have jacked up systems. He was talking road temperature was 134 yesterday.
Ouch.
Yep.
And he is out there just sucking wind, making sure that people are safe and they're not dropping dead of heart attacks or whatnot because of loss of AC. Especially
Give Stephen B a round of applause here. That man works his butt off.
We have a Dev Finch is asking Real Bill, and we're all going to ask, how's your wife doing? How are things going? And do you have power? I mean, obviously you do. You're on the air. You're on with us. And how are things going at home? Just got out of the hospital. It was nice and cool. 150 to 154 today, Stephen B says. Where is he, by the way, CT? Do you know, Stephen B?
Stephen B? He's around Enfield, Connecticut. He's I'm near Yukon, and he's over here on the map.
Gotcha.
He's not that far from me.
Well, as CT puts it, we all send healing vibes to your wife, as always, Real Bill, and the same to you and the rest of the family. And I really hope in a few days we all are going to celebrate the 4th of July. It should be a wonderful, beautiful day, not only for us but for America in whole. And we gotta really, God bless each and every day that we're on earth here. We really do. And we get mad at Yankee plays and all of that, and just think what other people are worried about it and what's going on. So that's why it's so nice to have shows like this that all the creators can put on and make everybody forget anything for an hour, 2 hours, or play by play. It's just really great. Oh, here we go. Up and down and here, round and round we go. Oh, up and down and here we go again. Oh, my God. Oh, no. So now CT's dancing in the moonlight.
Just so long as the poll doesn't come out and I don't see any boxers on CT.
I'm working on the poll. I'm ordering one.
Let's see.
Oh, my God.
Thanks, fam, crew, and friends. No problem, Bill.
Anytime, Bill.
Hopefully we will pull a win out of our butts today. I mean, there's still a possibility that we could take the series.
There's still a possibility the Yankees may play a good game tonight. Who knows?
And the Rays start their series against Kansas City, so that's going to be a good series.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, there's so many things that are so changing right now. I mean, what happened to these teams? What happened to the Yankees? What happened to the Mets? What happened? Atlanta. Well, they had a lot of injuries. It's just one after another, and every. What do you think of Cincinnati getting rid of Junior? What do you guys think about that? $45 million guy. Maybe a new scenery. He was a good player.
He's been on the IL a lot.
Right.
They don't figure him to be in the future of their organization. Plus, they've got cash to burn. So,
do you would you take him as a possibility? If the Cincinnati takes that most of that half of that contract or whatever.
Honestly, with his injury history, no. He'd be like us signing Frankie Montas.
Yes.
For 2 at bats, and then
that's
his
just reinstated him.
Is on the IL for the rest of the season.
I agree. I'm right there with Ken.
Montas, I think, is going to pitch tomorrow.
For an inning and a half till his arm falls off, and then put him back on the IL.
CT, you're saying is more of a disco dancer to me. Okay, you're a disco dancer, CT. They don't know you're a rocker.
Hey, Real Bill.
All right, you don't want to listen to his music.
For you to be a disco dancer, you might actually have to have been alive back in that time. There are only a few of us that actually qualify. And CT is definitely not one of them.
The music that CT listens to, guys, I ran out of Madison Square Garden. I will not listen to. I will not be in that crowd. I made the mistake. I worked the 9-inch nails, whoever the heck.
I don't listen. Wait a minute, Joe, you gotten confused. I listen to the Grateful Dead. They're like a quiet jam band. They're not like Metallica. Like, they'll bore you to sleep before they make you want to run out of the venue.
It sounds like a rock nutty band.
Nah, the Grateful Dead's like pretty calm. They just get out there. But Metallica, yeah.
They're like New Kids on the Block.
I despise Metallica beyond all belief. I had this roommate. His name was Spence. And the dude, he was a nice dude. But he was an idiot that would come into our apartment at 2 o'clock in the morning. There was 3 of us. Me, a guy by the name of Sean Tonneson, and Spence. Spence would be hammered. He'd come in with his damn electric guitar and crank up Metallica, and he would do a very bad imitation of it. I almost did a Townsend on his guitar with his head after the cops showed up at the door for the 3rd time in 2 weeks.
Sort of like what we want to do to the Yankee lineup when they can't drive a run-in. That's what we want to do with that. Hey, CT.
Yep, that was my Davey days, actually.
When you have your head down, yeah, that's me. Bruno, that's me. Bruno Sammartino. Don't fool around with us. That's all I got to say. When you have your head down like that and we don't see the beard, you know what you look like?
Uh-oh.
No, it's not bad, actually. Put your head down a little bit. You remind me of with the glasses of Ron Guidry.
Okay, I'll take Ron Guidry.
Hey, Real Bill. If they would stay in Virginia Tech, that would be most appreciated.
No, Merck, I am not Dino Bravo. We already made the decision. It's Bruno Sammartino.
He said no, Dino Bravo.
What?
He said no, Dino Bravo.
Right. No. That no way. He is no good to me.
Nay.
I go with a guy that eats a steak and has milk. That's the guy to go to. That's who knows.
That's an unusual combination.
Yeah.
Thanks, Real Bill. I really appreciate that dig. Joe's kind of like Horace Wagner. Believe me, guys, if you would see it, this he's a little midget. A little midget. Thanks a lot. Oh, wow. All the nice things I say, and I get, pull him up. Pull him up. Might as well. See,
La 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 la.
See, can you find Honus Wagner from the WWF, WWE?
Honus
I thought he was
Wagner?
a baseball player that died a long time ago.
No, it's a wrestler.
I've
Honus
never heard
Wagner?
of him. I'm confused.
Just put in HORNSWAGLE WWE. And he was supposed to be Vince McMahon's illegitimate son.
Oh, this is the query. The query. Honus Wagner likely refers to a potential confusion between legendary baseball player Honus Wagner and the professional wrestler Von Wagner. There's no connection between the two outside of the name shared. So that's about it.
I know, but there is one in the I don't know if he was referring to. There's a little midget. There's a midget guy that they're making believe was Vince McMahon's illegitimate son.
Who was Bush Wagner?
If that's what he was saying, gee, you must really think the world of me, boy. Italian pizza. Welcome. He's gonna have. I have a feeling tonight. Let's see. What is he gonna have? Clams. You're gonna have pasta with the clams tonight. I could see it now. I could smell it. Oh my God, that smells good. Anybody?
Hornswoggle is his name.
What?
Hornswoggle is his name. Merck says.
Oh, okay. Shoeless Joe. Oh, now I look like Shoeless Joe?
No, because he was skinny and he couldn't read. Plus,
you guys. I give you guys a lot of love. You give me nothing.
He had the third highest batting average in Major League history too.
I get no respect. It's Dangerfield all around. All around. I'm telling you, if it were up to them, I would call them for help, and they'd put me on hold.
You know what I think you should do, Joe? You should hire Gallagher and put him in your backstage.
Maybe. Why
get
not?
him some. Get him some nice juicy watermelons and things like that with this sled, so he can, when you're feeling raised and ranting, he can be beating the crap out of fruit in the background.
No, I would like to bring in Darcy Lynn, and she'll and to give me Petunia as the puppet and be singing opera songs to everybody. That's cool. Joe saw an odd match on YouTube. Andre versus the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, that's two stiffs in the ring, basically. But don't get Andre mad. If he doesn't like the way you're wrestling, he will chop you. He would get really mad if he didn't like if you were a stiff. Joe, I got my sign yesterday, just like yours. Now all I need is a lamp. Ha ha ha! Go find one, Real Bill. Go find one. Ain't happening. It ain't happening. What do you think, CT? Should we sell it to him?
No. There's too much luck. That's like trading. That's like trading your crown jewels for like pennies on the dollar. It doesn't make any sense. Just doesn't make any sense.
That's true. Hulk Hogan, Andre, I was at that match. I'm in the first row. You can't miss me. 93,120 at the Pontiac Silverdome in 1987.
You don't want him to see the footage from that, Joe, because you're wearing a Mets hat.
Never.
NY Mets mania.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God!
See, no. I knew there was something up with this guy, Joe.
You know what, Joe? Underneath that Yankees neon lamp, is there an OMG sign there?
What?
OMG.
Oh my God!
Yeah, the theme banner for the Mets last year with Iglesias.
No, if I had that, I'd burn it. Joe, it's $9.99 trillion like someone's couch.
Oh, we know whose couch that is.
You know whose couch that is. Yeah. Whatever. I'll tell you, you can have the lamp for 10 grand. How's that? I think that's a good price.
That's a bargain.
That's a bargain, my boy. No,
Can I
You know, it sort of reminds me of being on deployment and going to Turkey and those guys pushing the rugs. It's a bargain. It's really a bargain.
Yashin says the Mets' new celebration is now La Familia.
Can I make monthly payments on that late, Joe?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, how much is the the percentage I have to pay if I don't pay it all at once?
Do it 10 months for $1,000. I'll give it to you for 10,000.
There we go.
Real Bill, I have an old postage stamp baseball card. It came in a chewing tobacco. Leo DeRocha, spell check again. Leo, yeah. Do you remember? Guys? You ever watch the Munsters? You know, the original Aaron Judge. I knew Ken would give me a look like that. I know it. I think Aaron Judge looks like Herman Munster. I really do. He's walking up there, and if you see that with Leo DeRocha, you hear dun 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 dun.
He played in My Cousin Vinny too, right? The judge.
Yes. Yeah, he's a judge. Yeah.
What's a Utes?
Can I ask you what's that uniform you're wearing in my courtroom? He's got that ridiculous outfit on.
Oh my God!
I wore this thing for you.
You.
That movie though, really. You want to talk about movies? You want to laugh.
That's my go-to when I'm pissed off at the Yankees movie. Actually, I watched it last night.
I watched it last night
By
too.
the way, if anybody's a big Godfather fan, I found out. I saw last night. Finally, on YouTube Movies, they have The Godfather free with ads. They've been having it that he had to rent it for $7.99, $8.99 for the last 2 years. Finally, Godfather 1, 2, and 3 is free on YouTube TV. If you guys want to see it, you want to be taken back in time. Three great movies, man. They were the best.
No,
A lot of them.
Two good movies. The third one was not that good. Sorry.
Actually,
I thought the
it
second
wasn't
one
bad.
wasn't that great.
Wasn't that bad? But the movies are shit if you compare them to the actual books.
Thank you. I read the books. I read the books.
Puzo did a great job of writing.
Yes, and
I'm just curious where he got his background influence on that. Was he talking to people like the Gotti family and whatnot?
Yeah. And did you guys like Goodfellas?
Yeah, love Goodfellas.
Yeah, that little short Joe Pesci and his damn temple.
My dad went golfing with Joe Pesci down in Florida.
Really?
Yeah, and at the time was when my dad still smoked cigarettes. I guess he said he had never been around somebody on a golf course who smoked so many cigarettes as Joe Pesci, but they hung out and did 18 holes of golf over the course of the day. My dad worked for Caterpillar, and he was down there, and he has investments in machinery, so that was how they met. So they got to play golf together.
I didn't really know that Joe Pesci was a heavy smoker. I knew he smoked. I mean, that whole gang smoked. I know that.
Yeah.
Look at JFK.
Yeah.
When he was in there, he was huffing cigarettes like the stuff was going out of style. That was Joe Pesci for real.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, no, those movies.
Untouchables was a good movie too, Sean.
Yeah, Untouchables, good stuff.
Yeah, but
especially Connery. Connery did a great job in that movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
like him when he's holding up the dead mobster. You're gonna talk, I swear to God, or we're gonna send you to the morgue. Pop.
Oh my God! The doorbell rings. Oh, what's this? The fishes. What does that mean? It means you're gonna sleep with the fishes. Just the lines were just, And there's on YouTube there's something with the Godfather of all the outtakes they did not use.
Yep.
And you can have all the fun you want with that. It's really good. Now there's some classic and baseball movies. I mean, I said it before, and I'll always say it. To me, the Lou Gehrig story was the best movie I ever saw, as far as a baseball movie. I know that a lot of people agree something else, but not me.
There, I don't know if you ever saw it, the Joe Stratton story.
Yes.
With Jimmy Stewart.
Yes.
True story. There are several really, really good inspirational true stories, and that was one. Not as well known as Lou's story, but as far as baseball movies and comedy and whatnot, Bull Durham sits at the top of my list.
Bull Durham,
especially the interaction between pitcher and catcher. When I was a young buck, I had the same type of confrontations, and if we had been in upper level, I want to announce my presence with authority.
What? You want to what?
He's a first ball fastball hit. No, serve it up.
Serve
fastball up and in. Bam!
Tell them what it's going to be.
It was on a jet plane. He acted like he knew it was coming.
He did.
A little breaking news from the man with the information. Read it, CT.
Wow, Mitt Merrifield is retired after 9 seasons of baseball. His legacy. His agency at WSM Baseball announced. Wow.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks, Jonathan.
That was a guy I always wanted. There were a lot of rumors, but never happened. When it was hot and heavy, they ended up getting John Birdie, who I always liked too. Unfortunately, he got hurt. Because I'll be honest with you, if he didn't have the getting hurt all the time last year, I think he would have re-signed with the Yankees. I really do. I like A League of Their Own too.
That movie has the best single line that is more reflective on baseball than ever. The interaction.
There's no crying in baseball.
No, that's not it. Between Davis and Hanks, when he says, she says it just got too hard, and he says, if it was easy, everybody would do it. The hard is what makes it great. And there's never been a more true line about being a ball player than that.
You're right. That is a great line. The one good thing that came out of that movie too that I liked, the baseball nut ice cream at Baskin Robbins. Oh my God, I love that so much. That is so good. But you got to have it watching baseball. That's the only time if anything, that's the only time I have it. But if you guys haven't had baseball nut and you have Baskin Robbins where you are, you gotta try it. You have to just get a small, little bucket, whatever you like. It is delicious, and you'll always have that with a Yankee game. Trust me.
We had 5 Baskin Robbins in our area, and they all closed down during the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah, where there's not a Baskin Robbins around here anymore.
Same thing here. They all closed during the pandemic.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's big in New York, that's for sure. That Krispy Kreme has really leaped. See, Dunkin' Donuts, I know they're the biggest name, Dunkin' and this and that, but to me, every time I eat that, I get heartburn. I have no idea why.
I haven't been to a Dunkin' Donuts in 20 years. I won't eat there.
No,
their food stinks. Their coffee doesn't. I fall asleep after having a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. There's something wrong when you have a large cup of coffee and you fall asleep 20 minutes later.
Yeah, but if it's been preceded by a freaking gallon of Jack, then
well, that's a little different story.
Not a big surprise that you're falling asleep. So.
Well, guys, we're coming. We're an hour and 15 minutes in the stream.
You're right, Jonathan. That is Hanks's line.
Let's talk. Let's just basically wrap it up with who do you think how long do you think Rendon's going to pitch? Who's going to be the star of the game? Who goes first? It doesn't matter. CT, go first.
Okay, what I want and what I think will happen, two different things, but I'll give you what I want. What I'd like to see Rodon do is give us six and 2/3 innings and keep it under 2 runs. And if our offense can do it, let's do it. But I really don't know what to expect right now because I'm not worried about our pitching. I mean, last night was a little different, but I'm talking with our pitching who we've had. You know what I mean? Like if Rodon can hold his anger together here and get out of a couple jams, I can see him giving us 6, maybe even 7 innings tonight. But the offense has got to do something. So
Okay. And Mr. Play-by-Play man, what do you think?
I don't have any worries about Rodon's pitching ability. The only thing that I hope that doesn't rear his ugly head that did in his last outing and several before that is the home run ball.
The home run ball.
He's given up solo shots in droves. It's not like it's a single solo shot in a game. He gave up 3 the last time he was out, 2 the time before that. And the way that our hitters have been hitting, we won't be able to catch up. I don't think we score more than 3 runs today.
Hey, Chris, welcome to the chat. I like what he says. What's up, beautiful fellas? Wow. He's got to put some glasses on. No, I'm just kidding. Sean Browning goes 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk. Okay. I'm gonna go 7 innings, 5 hits, maybe a home run. But I do think the Yankees are going to squeak this game out 4-2. That's what I feel for tonight, guys. So now remember, everyone, from here at 7:00, you go to the Ugly Truths channel, Ken, and you'll get the play-by-play while he's dancing in the moonlight. And then right after that, as soon as the game is over, come right back here and we'll have a post-game show. Please let it be a happy recap. I don't want to rant tonight. I mean, I'm tired of it.
FYI, tomorrow is bowling night, so there will not be a play-by-play for me tomorrow night. And Joe said that he's not able to do it tomorrow night. So
Right.
there will be some other venues to take a look at for play-by-play.
Exactly. Well, with that in mind, everyone, thank you so much. Go have your dinner. Go be cool. We like to just wish you a very, very good evening. Remember to go to the Ugly Truths channel at 7:00 and listen to some great play-by-play stuff right there. Let's hope it's a happy recap when you come back here and we talk about the post game. So with that in mind, everyone, God bless you all. We love you all. Everybody stay healthy. Everybody that has birthdays or graduations, congratulations and happy birthday to everybody. And have a great evening. God bless you all. God bless America. Let's go, Yankees.